Hello and welcome to the qualifier race for the Sierra event of the Utica Home Track Series. This is the last Superspeedway of the season. This is a high-profile race to make, so these drivers are going to really want to make the field today. We've got quite a few here today, battling for 9 positions, one more than usual, since Samantha Yankee has not entered in this event. Joseph Ernesto was on pole for this race, as he would already get a good start on Caitlin Stringer, car number 90. Now, Joseph Ernesto, a new driver to the circuit. He made his debut at Kaya Lamy as a replacement driver for Jamie Murphy. He then got his own ride funded by Chaos Racing, and he was able to run the Cleveland event, made it, was doing well until he got wrecked near the end. He's been having trouble with getting wrecked near the end of events, but he's hoping that maybe this time his luck will be a little bit better. We take a look at the 9th place position. That's currently held by Joshua Michaels, car number 13, who's battling heavily with Connor Germain for it. Joshua Michaels has been really struggling in the Utica Home Track Series this year, and he's hoping that this could be a race to turn it around. He's currently running well, and the 13 car is keeping up with the rest of the pack, unlike usual. He's been really struggling on the road courses this year especially, which is kind of odd, as last year the road courses were a little bit better for him. But Michael's trying to even out his strengths and weaknesses, see if he's actually going to be in this car next season. They've made plans, but at the current moment it's not certain if he's in them. Thomas Beatty, car number 11, now transferred to the last transfer spot as he battles with his teammate Connor Germain. Their other car, Willie Decker, is up near the front. So Phoenix Indiana Motorsports having a great run this year, and we're going to hope to see them back next year, as this team has really been one of the teams to watch out for. They could be a championship eligible team next season when they get the full schedule run. Speaking of championship eligible drivers, Michael Aurelio looked to be that last year. This year has been really a huge struggle for the number 93 machine. They have failed to make so many events. When they do get into the race, trouble seems to come their way. They're hoping that they can at least finish out this season in their final couple of starts with some finishes. Now, he's been offered by Phoenix Indiana Motorsports to drive the 1 machine for the remaining races that he won't be attempting. So we'll have to see if he accepts that offer. But at the current moment, this is the last run for the 93 car this season. So Chris Ritter is just going to be finishing out. Joseph Bryant, car number 80, is close to locking himself in, but just can't get there. He's been really struggling in these qualifier runs, and at the current moment, he's running near the back of the pack. Joseph Bryant really struggling, hoping to join his teammate Seth Cole and locked in contention for next year. We take a look at the new 9th place. That's Prudence Littlejohn, car number 79. Wondering where this driver came from. She last made an attempt at Daytona, where she failed to make the race due to a wreck later in the event, though she was running on par with it. She also attempted the All-Star race, but failed to make that as well. She's currently in the top 9, so she might make her Utica Home Track Series debut. She's run several NASCAR-related events and is going to be running the full Shell Dirt Ringer Series in place of teammate John Sadino. Current moment, she's trying to get her Toyota into the race for the first time in her career. Nick Capps is another underdog story this weekend. He has not made a race since Sonoma earlier in the year, which has been ages. He's currently working his way into the top 9. He's right there. So at the current moment, if he can keep this steady, he might be in store for his first race in a long while. You see, near the front, Michael Aurelio is going to take the race lead, so he's hoping that he can keep it there. As you see, he is battling with car number 75, Brian Benoit. Willie Decker and Sam Young are also trying to work their way in. I think Sam Young and Willie Decker are actually battling for the transfer spot. Nick Capps, I believe, is in 8th place at the moment based on the tracker. And Thomas Beatty tried to put himself into the battle as well. So a lot of position swapping for this highly prestiged position. Brendan Patterson, car number 84, trying to make a pass on our race leader. Now, Brendan Patterson, we have not seen him in a while since during the foreign tour it was all road courses except for Rockingham, which was his last start. Connor Atwood got his chance to shine, and he made a couple races and did decent in a couple events. But now Brendan Patterson's running out of attempts. He's got the next race that's feasible, and then he's got Myrtle Beach to try and make the race and prove himself. Hopefully, he wants to make sure that he runs next season. Meanwhile, Connor Atwood's going to be running at Monza and the Osterreich Ring. We'll take a look back there. With 3 wide for the 9th place position, And it looks like Joshua Michaels is going to be the winner of that. As you see Cameron Diamond, car number 69S, starting to work his way into the picture. He's the third Tanker Motorsports car who debuted at Kyalami. As you can see, Thomas Beatty trying to hang on to that spot, but Joshua Michaels not letting him have it as he keeps trying to throw the block on him. Jerry Guerra, we saw up near the front earlier in the race, but things have really started to turn sour for the 78 machine. He's close to making it in on points too, but at the curve mode, he's slipped all the way to the back of the pack. He's got Oku Yamadea back there too, who slipped back, and so has Vladimir Petrov. Also, there's Jonathan Bettens and Connor Germain almost losing the pace. So those two drivers are even more sunk than the rest of these guys. So it's a shame for some of these drivers. It's getting late in the race, so their chances of working their way up to the front are getting fewer and fewer. Bruins Littlejohn's going to go into the race lead, and no one expected that coming into this weekend. Last time we saw this car was barely competitive, but she's been working on it, and now that car seems to be running up to par. And there's Nick Capps too, car number 18, running in the second place position. No one expected him to be up here today. See, the Superspeedway, the great equalizer. You see a lot of these smaller teams working their way up to the front and showing that they can actually be leaders here. As Nick Capps is battling for that race lead, so next to battle, there's Willie Decker, car number 1, trying to work his way up to the main group here. So we could have a 3-car battle for the lead. There's Joshua Michaels, where he come from. Nicky Allen right close behind him. And there's another face back there, Rose Tyler, car number 13Y. Now this car has been considered a bit of a throwaway entry. This car has not done well in any attempt that's brought forth since the round of Silverstone. But at the current moment, the 13Y, my apologies, seems to be running well on track today. This could be something to prove herself if she does well in this car. But so far this season, the 13Y has been kind of a laughing stock on the racetrack as she battles with fellow competitors Nicky Allen and Bruins Littlejohn. Here we go. Coming out of the last turn, Nick Capps was able to take that race lead away. He's going to win his first ever Qualifier Series event. And Joseph Bryant, car number 80, is just going to edge out Michael Aurelio and Esteves Cortez. He's going to get the 9th and final transfer spot. Aurelio is fuming, and so is Cortez. They were both really looking forward to making this event today. They may have to try another time. Aurelio at least has that off from the one machine. Let's take a look at the drivers that qualified there. Nick Capps, Willie Decker, Joshua Michaels, Rose Tyler, Prudence Littlejohn, Brendan Patterson, Nicky Allen, Brian Benoit, and Joseph Bryant. But wait a second, we're getting a report. That's not all. We have some action on track. A couple cars are getting loose. There's Rose Tyler, who tried to make a risky move at the end of the race, trying to get the pit road. Nick Allen and her are going off track. She gets into Prudence Littlejohn. Brendan Patterson's involved. He's going to get into the wall. As you see both of them going off track, and Rose Tyler flips it over. And Prudence Littlejohn's not happy over the radio. They don't have a backup car, so they're going to have to work frantically to fix that 79 machine. Not too happy with Rose Tyler driving at the end, but let's take the drivers who didn't qualify. Cortez, Aurelio, Guerra, Duell, Young, Odesto, Yamadea, Stringer, Germain, Beatty, Diamond, Bettens, Petrov. Well, I hope you'll join us next time for the full Sierra race. We'll see you then, and thank you for watching.